Y'all come in and join me. I know you're up. I know you're scrolling. I know you are, because I would be doing the same thing. I just hope I have a good signal. Every time I want to do this, my signal just wants to drop. So let me see what is going on online. Let's see. When you're here, pop in, say hello. What are y'all up to? Okay, I see that I'm live. Can y'all hear me okay? Okay. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching, say hello. Let me know that you're here. I just wanted to be really informal and chat with y'all because I just haven't been in the mood to do a video. I'm gonna be quite honest. I haven't. Having to get it right, having to do all the edits. I just so I was like, let me go live and hang out with y'all for a moment. And I'll provide some updates on what's going on, what I'm doing, how you can participate. So say hello. Let me know that you're here. How's your day been? Hello, Kim. I just saw you. I hope you made it home quickly. It is, 10 and like this is my power time. I love like this time of night going into like midnight. That's typically when I'm up and working, doing some stuff, working on content, maybe working on a blog or working on my next graphic. But it's just so quiet and peaceful. You're not going to get a whole lot of like interruptions and calls and things like that. Or so I love this time of night. So as y'all are coming in, say hello. Let me know that you're here. I'm going to put some stuff on the bottom here because I'm like host, producer, audio. I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything, y'all. And just FYI, I'm using Restream. So if any of you want to know about a software for hosting your live streams, like right now I'm streaming Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and then I share those scheduled events on my timeline. So check it out. It's not expensive. But it's cool, and I like all the different graphics and things that you can do with it. So if you're interested in knowing what I'm using, that's what I'm using, Restream. So let me update you all on a couple of things. So I am moving away from doing one-to-one executive coaching. I think I kind of started talking about it at the end of last year. But my focus mainly is executive coaching in the corporate setting, as well as event speaking. Okay. So my process for that is for you to go to my, I can type a message here. Let me see. But it says it won't post to some channels, but let me try it. Smart bio, leave my heart. 2022, you can go to this link here and book me. You can do my booking form. You won't, let me correct that. You won't book me by submitting a form. Okay, but the process is that it begins with you submitting the booking form, and then I'm looking at the details of your event and all of that, and then I will send you a proposal. Now, if it's pretty straightforward for just speaking, then I will send you a quote, okay? And then we can kind of talk more about the details after that. But if it's for executive coaching in a corporate setting, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, then you're simply submitting an interest form, and then I'm going to put together a proposal. Now, that proposal will have a investment tied to it. Why? Because for me to do an adequate proposal and to know exactly what your organization needs, and that requires a meeting, that requires an assessment, that requires research, that it requires me to do look at current events and things like that to make sure that everything's in line with what you need. And that takes time. Okay. So that is the proposal. It does require a small investment, but if you book me, then you're not losing anything. Okay. You're not losing anything at all. So what is my corporate executive coaching? What I'm doing is a little bit different than I don't for 1 second want people to think that I'm doing corporate training, that I'm just coming in to do a presentation and leave, to say hoorah, hoorah, go team, and you never see me again. That is not my desire, and that is not what I'm doing with Leap My Heart. Because why? That doesn't work. It's cute, it's fun, you meet new people, it's, you put it around different events, and you can on different trainings and stuff, but we know, y'all, for real results, it takes like relationship. We know that with regards to organizational development. We know that with regards to change, y'all, relationship is necessary. And it is no different when it comes to executive coaching and who you want to bring in to have a part in moving your organization forward, your team forward with the goals and things that you are wanting to succeed at. And so I'm bringing the best of life coaching skills, executive coaching skills to this corporate setting, where I'm helping to build that bridge between individual needs within that organization and organizational goals in a way that people feel seen, they feel heard, they feel like they're a part of a community. We know it works, but how do we get there? Right? It's not that I don't know that that's the answer, but what you're not going to get that in is in one presentation. One 30-minute, 145-minute hoorah, and say, hey, you got it? You know what to do now? No, go do it. I want to build relationships with you all and be a part of moving your team forward. So I would love the opportunity to connect with all you business leaders, HR representatives who are looking for that, who understand that what you've been doing isn't quite working the way that you wanted it to. You're not seeing the results that you want to. So let's talk about it. And what I'm going to be talking about is spiritual leadership. I'm going to talk about how we can, not necessarily how we can, but first that we should, right? That we should pay attention to the spirituality and the workplace. Do people feel connected? Are they engaged in their work? Do they have that sense of meaning? That comes through the mission, the vision, purpose alignment, building relationships. Y'all, that is spiritual infrastructure. I had someone comment on one of my posts about how do you find the balance between that? And I'm so glad this person asked. And they were saying, like, how do you find the balance between, spiritual infrastructure or integrating that? with business management. It's not necessarily even balanced. It's necessary. Like, you have to do it. But we first have to understand that when I'm talking about spiritual infrastructure, we're talking about the things that you can't touch and feel. It's not the building of a building, right? But it is the mission, the vision, it's, like I said, the purpose alignment, it's relationships, it's your team, it's having stakeholders come to the table. Y'all, those are all spiritual components that we think we can just breeze right over, that we can just put together at the last minute, as if we don't need to take time to put these pieces together. It's so necessary. But that is spiritual infrastructure. Okay. Then you build your projects and things around that. So how do we do that? And that's my forte. That's certainly what I consider my expertise in helping organizations to identify, to be able to define, and to speak comfortably about as to who you are, your scope. Oh my gosh, that's so important. That's so important to your decision making and everything else that you do. And so that's what I do. And I will be talking a lot more about that, because I need to educate everyone on what it is that I do, why I do it. Let's talk a little bit about why I do it. Because there are more graveyards than gardens. When I look at organizations, when I see how people are feeling there, when I look at the state of their overall wellness, it looks more like a graveyard where dreams and people go to die, right? Than to thrive and be nurtured and cultivated for all that they can be. Organizations are living and breathing. Why? Because it's made up of people. We shouldn't be afraid of change. We should be purposefully identifying the change that's necessary and required. Some change is unnecessary. Some stuff we're doing and putting time and resources into that's so unnecessary, and you tire people out, you burn people out over things that are not even in alignment with your purpose and the vision that you may or may not have established. So again, that's why I say you have to begin with a strong spiritual infrastructure. It is that foundation that is necessary, just as the cornerstone in a building, right? You take away that cornerstone, it's all going to come down. Well, the same thing goes for spiritual infrastructure. We talk about vision and mission. It's like, yes, vision and mission, like, yes, we need that. But it's like, but do we really understand the importance of it, and how will it affect everything else that you do? And I'm also a strong believer that when it comes to faith in our personal spirituality, okay, so first I'm talking about universal spirituality, our connectedness spiritually to one another, to have a sense of deeper purpose and meaning, because we understand that we're a part of something bigger than ourselves. Even if you can't identify it, even if you can't name it, you know why? Because your spirit cries out for that. As a human being, like, you know that, like, you're supposed to be a part of something bigger than yourself. But then when we talk about this, the personal spirituality of us all, which for many of us is faith, that's not something you're supposed to leave at home or put on a table and not exercise. Like, that is a part of who you are. It's necessary. It is a crucial component of even how you do your work, how you lead, all of it. That's not something that you should have to put aside or cast aside, because it's not a popular topic, right? So when it comes to balancing these things, that's an interesting thing for me to have to kind of consider as a question, because it's so ingrained as to who I am, you know, and it doesn't have to be this or that. It's just like work-life balance. Why? Why work life? Why accept that dichotomy that doesn't even exist? That's a myth. Work doesn't begin. You can't check out of work and then like check out of life, right? That's weird. How do you check out of life? How do you say, life, you stop here, and then because I'm going to work? That doesn't even happen. But yet we've tried to convince ourselves that we're constantly seeking this work life balance instead of whole life balance. Learning to prioritize our priorities, understanding what seasons of life we're in at work, in school, in our family, okay? In the community, if you're doing community leadership, all these different areas. Where are you in these different areas, and how do you balance those priorities that come with your roles and responsibilities? And are you making the right decisions as to how many springs you have, meaning new things that you're starting? How often, oh my gosh, how many times have I talked to people? Every time you turn around, it's like, I'm starting this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. Let's see, how about I get married? Oh, I'm going to get a new job. I'm going to move to a new place. I'm going to, we're going to have a child right away. And then all of a sudden, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh my God, what's going on? And it's like, what do you mean what's going on? You made all of these decisions yourself, right? We do that to ourselves all the time. New, spring. Instead of saying, okay, I've got way too many springs going on. Something needs to get to summer. Something needs to get to being, right? It needs to be done well. It needs to be good. I need to have some consistency going with that first, before trying to get into too many springs. So enough about that. But why did I wanted to talk about that a little bit more is because you've probably seen me pushing out the flyers for the well. I am so excited about the well. It was going to start like tomorrow, but I postponed it because I just needed more time to get everything. I was okay. That was me. That was me trying to be way too, I don't know, jumping the gun a little bit, but it will begin March 28th. And y'all, I can take at least 10. I need at least 10 people for this date, up to 20, no more than 20. Okay. So 10 to 20, that is the sweet spot. I need your support. But I don't just want, I heard Melly say this one time, Melly, the president on Scandal, one time, she said, I just don't want people's votes. I want your support. And to know me is to know that. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate the referrals. I appreciate all of that. But I don't want it to be just because you know me and love me. I want it to be because you know that somebody needs what I'm offering. Because you know that I'm going to do an excellent job. Not even a good job, but an excellent job. I want it to be because of that. And so the same is true for the well. I want you to be there, y'all, because you know you need it. I want you to be there because I want to help. I want you to be there because I want to share this really, really, really awesome event with you. And so I've reached out to some people through email, and I still will be doing that in the coming week. So please don't ignore it. If you can't be there, if you can't support, that's fine. Simply say so, okay? But what I'm asking is that either you can be there or you send someone from your organization. And I would really, really appreciate it. And then if you're sending someone from your organization, then my follow-up request would be that when they come back with ideas and questions and suggestions, that you be open to it. That's my big ask. Okay. So again, I would love for you to be, but if you can't be there yourself, then please send someone from your organization. Okay. The investment is only $50. I'm not even like making anything on this. Why? Because it's not even about that. I I so am eager to just be around y'all and start building the LMH community, because this is for y'all. This is I'm growing as a result of this, but it's not for me. I really consider this ministry. This is my call, and I'm so blessed to be able to do this and to support leaders in the way that I do and will continue to. But I really just want us to be able to come together around like-minded leaders, build community. And so, as a part of registration, not only does it include attendance to the well, which is just one day from 10 to 2, okay? And it also includes lunch, and it includes the workbook, the 12D Wellness and Vision Workbook 2024, okay? So you'll get the workbook, and with the workshop, we're nourishing leadership, we are establishing vision, and we are cultivating wholeness. That's what we're doing. We're also creating a network, okay? Helping you build relationships with like-minded people. We are taking time to reflect and to just simply be aware. And y'all, there's so much power in that alone. And so I'm also teaching you how to utilize this book in so many different ways, both personally and for your organization. Um, these things could be used for all sorts of different endeavors. Okay, so we'll talk about that as well. So how do you register? Go to my website, leadmyheart.com, and it's on the homepage, or you can go directly to leadmyheart.com/LMH events and click on the well. Again, the first one is March 28th, and then there's a date in April, May, and June. Okay, and I want all of them full. All of them. All of them. I would love a waiting list. Okay. But let's fill these out. Let's fill these out. And come to the well. Come to the well. And God is going to meet you there. He is. God is going to meet you there. I don't want anyone to assume what they think it is. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. It's the Executive Wellness and Vision Workshop that you need to be at. And you will not have been to a workshop like this anywhere else. I know that that's a bold statement, and I can tell you that with confidence. Okay, you want to be here, and so I'm super excited for it. Super excited for it. Okay, so that's the well. Oh, and it's going to be at Mills on Wheels in the boardroom. Okay, because I mean, like, where else? Of course, you need to be in a boardroom. So we're going to be there. What else is coming up? I also have an interest meeting for the Global Leadership Summit on February 29th at noon. And that's going to be an online meeting via Zoom. And so for those of you who, I don't know if you're aware of the Global Leadership Summit, it is an amazing leadership conference that's in line with Christian values. That's why I wanted to develop a relationship with them and promote it. It's a really great event, and you get to hear from speakers from many different fields to offer different perspectives on leadership, but again, in alignment with your values, our values here at LMH. And so we have the opportunity to do as a group a special group rate and experience for us with the Global Leadership Summit. So if you're interested in learning more about how that would be, what that would look like, what the cost is, then please attend the online meeting, okay, via Zoom. And that is February 29th. It's free. Okay, this is just an information session, and you can go and register on my website at leadmyheart.com. And then I have a self-publishing webinar. People have been asking me for it. How are you doing these books? How do you do it? How do I do it on Amazon? What do I need to know? I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's go. So I'm holding my first self-publishing webinar, and how many I do and how often I keep doing it is going to depend on y'all. Okay. I'm doing it Thursday, March 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time via Zoom. There is a cost for this one. And so you can get your tickets on there. But just to let you know, anyone who registers for the well, you become an LMH member for the year, the whole year through December 31st. And what does that get you? Well, that gets you special discounts on apparel, LMH merch. It gets you special invitations to events that are coming up as I continue to build relationships with other organizations and such. And then some of the upcoming events will be completely free for you, okay, while others will be discounted. So that is a opportunity for you. So again, there is a cost for the self-publishing webinar. And if you want to get the member rate, then that's in the well package. So come to the well, okay? Also, and then at that webinar, you're going to learn how to publish your content as ebooks and soft cover and hardcover on Amazon. I'm going to kind of give an overview, not like step by step, but definitely an overview. And you'll watch me publish. You're going to watch me publish my next book. What else? I think that's it. Oh, and then this Saturday, I will be one of the featured authors, as well as my mother, at the San Antonio African American Book Festival. It is the 5th annual book festival, and it is this Saturday from 12 to 5 at 2nd Baptist, okay? In the, I think specifically where we would be, but nonetheless, at 2nd Baptist. So come by. If you're out and about, if you're going to Pittman Park, for the community event for MLK, stop by. We're not far from there, so please stop by, say hello, and then bring your cash out, bring some money, something, okay? Bring a budget to find your next book, okay, at this event. I hope one of them is mine, but if not, it's okay. But please come support Black authors, as well as children authors are going to be there. I think that's so cool. I love seeing the children authors. But please come and support, okay? So that's it. I think I also, and just FYI, I will be selling both of my books. The Man You Need to Marry, Christian Devotional for Single Women, which is more important than ever, I'm telling you, okay? And then this book as well. So I will have both of those books. And then also, if you want to register for the well, you can do that and pick up your book at the same time. So yeah, that's a good way to do that too. So register for the well and come get your book. Or you can wait to the event. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I think that's good for now. I've been on here getting ready to be 30 minutes. So I love y'all. I hope you have a great night. Okay. And go check out leadmyheart.com, see what I'm up to. And I'm going to update my website soon. So I'm excited about that too. Working on it. Yay. But I love y'all. And remember, in everything you do and with everything you have, love God and love people. Goodbye, y'all.